Hey everyone, welcome back to the final episode of the FanTalk podcast. Kyle Brenchley, this is our last ride together. It's been awesome, but I'm so glad you guys can join me for one last episode. I did promise one more episode last video because the finals have wrapped up. They're over, and so I'm going to put a little bow and a little not here on FanTalk and call it good. So guys, thank you so much for listening. Go check out my other videos, my other content. It's on YouTube by searching Kyle Brenchley. It's also on Spotify, iHeartRadio, search FanTalk. And give me a follow on Instagram at KBrench. I also have a sports account at KBrenchSports. I'd appreciate that as well. So I'm just going to get into it right where I'm going to talk about game 5. I'm going to talk about how the Nuggets became NBA champions. I'm going to talk a little bit about the NBA draft coming up. And then I'm going to say my farewells. And we're going to put a little wrap here on Fan Talk. So, Denver Nuggets, first time in team history, franchise history. Here they go. They win their first NBA championship, defeating the Miami Heat 94-89. And Jokic, Jamal Murray, Mike Malone, the entire city of Denver is feeling good. Feeling good. Miami actually, this game in general was a really good dogfight. This is, kind of a game 7 feel to this game. Low scoring game, 94-89 was the final. And both teams didn't necessarily shoot the ball well offensively. That was kind of the trend these last couple games. Some tight defense by both teams, calls that were going both ways. So it was a fun, exciting game. The atmosphere there at the Ball Arena was crazy. Mike Breen and the ESPN crew going ham, and Jimmy Butler having a little, Jimmy Buckets moment there at the end, until, of course, he turned it over and pretty much gave the Nuggets the win. But he's only human. He's only human, and honestly, he didn't play super well these last couple games, Jimmy Butler. Bam Adebayo played very well for the Heat, but they just did not have enough production offensively. The Nuggets were just too much on defense. They were too much on offense. Even when the Heat were able to play good defense, they couldn't replicate that on the offensive end. And it was a fun final couple minutes, but ultimately, yes, Jimmy Butler again comes up short, turns the ball over, and the Denver Nuggets win the chip. Totally awesome for the Nuggets franchise. Great for the city of Denver to have another champion. Let's see if the Denver Broncos can do anything. Go check out my Denver Broncos episode about their struggles the last 8 years. But anyways, so Denver Nuggets NBA champions. Nikola Jokic had 28 points and 16 rebounds. The guy's good. That guy is really, really good. It'll be interesting to see moving forward what the narrative is going to be like with Nikola Jokic. Is he going to be considered the league's best player? Is he going to be considered Denver's greatest player of all time? Probably. There's a lot of questions moving into next season, and we'll see, can this Nuggets team repeat as champions? Are they the best team in the league going into next year, right? We see a lot of teams that were really good this year and were bounced early. So we'll see what happens again next season and see if the Nuggets can't continue a great streak and maybe start another dynasty. Are they the next Golden State? I don't know. We will see. Good try, though, Miami Heat. They've been to the finals, 2 times in the last couple of years. Lost in the championship both times, but good on them. They're look for the Miami Heat to maybe snag a Bradley Beal or a Damian Lillard. Look for a big trade this offseason for the Heat to make a push, because Jimmy Butler, he doesn't have all day. He's 33 now, I believe. So his clock is ticking. Only a couple more years for that. But so let's move the shift. Talk the NBA offseason. Obviously, the NBA draft is coming up, and there's a lot of big names. The biggest name, biggest player as well, Victor Wembanyama. Well, yeah, that's gonna be hard to say. It took me like a full NBA season to learn how to say Antetokounmpo, Giannis Antetokounmpo. For the longest time, I could not say that, but then once I said it, I was able to do it. So the it might be the same with Victor Wembanyama. I think Wembanyama. I have to say that like 100 times. Go say that 100 times fast, and we'll all know his name. But as you may or may not know, San Antonio Spurs won the lottery and got the number 1 pick. So they're looking to draft Victor Wembanyama, and they got some other good players that they could potentially do a rebuild around, and in a couple of years they could be a threat. A lot of people are saying, well, what could they get if they make this trade? Because Victor Wembanyama is considered one of the best, if not the best, draft prospect in a very long time. The kid's 19 years old, but he's 7'2". He's Rudy Gobert, but better and more athletic and can score and can dribble. So they're saying he's going to be a super athlete, and we'll see. We'll see what the Spurs do. I think it'd be silly for them to trade. I think you draft the guy, and I think you let him develop, and you hope that he's not like Chet Holmgren and breaks his foot and is out for the season. And see where the Spurs can go. I don't think they'll make the playoffs by any means, but it's a process. It's a step forward. There's going to be a lot of interesting potential trades and free agent signings this offseason. Fred VanVleet of the Raptors opted out and is going to be a free agent unrestricted this offseason. So we'll see where he lands. Damian Lillard might go somewhere. He might try to recruit for Portland. Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, these guys could, be on the move. Maybe more Kyrie Irving. James Harden might go back to Houston. Who knows? It'll be interesting. Keep an eye on that. Again, the draft is next Thursday, June 22nd, and we will see where these rising stars end up. Okay, that's all I got to say. That's my wrap on the NBA. The NBA season's over. NFL's over. NHL's over. We're kind of in a summer drought here. We got soccer and Major League Baseball. So if you haven't given baseball a chance, go check it out. Soccer, same as well. Go check out the MLS. USA just beat Mexico and advanced to the finals of the UEFA Cup. So they'll play Canada. That'll be a fun matchup. But there's still plenty of sports to follow. Go check it out. It truly has been a pleasure. I really like doing this. I hope to produce future podcasts. And this was a great, first step in getting me there. Again, this is FanTalk, and this is me, Kyle Brenchley, signing off, saying thank you very much, and I love sports. Love you guys too. Goodbye.